we'll get there before the season starts. As the 621 of Hudson is going to be starting alongside Cody Sager for row number 1. John West and the number 9, I do believe that would be Tyler Merkley, if I'm not mistaken. Chad Lackey and the number 21 making up row number 3 as the hot shoe on the inside of row number 4. To his outside, we have the 01 of Shane Billings. Zach Lynch rolling off in row number 5 with Robbie Shaw. I do believe that's Michael Peake and Clayton Solovsky starting in the next row. Ryan Holland making up the tail of the field here with the number 72 following in behind. I do believe top 6 from this one transferred. So, unfortunately, the rest will be going home. It's going to be fun to see how many of these drivers actually make their way in. I have a feeling it's going to get a little bit aggressive here. Of course, everybody wanting to make that 18-car feature. Even though it is, of course, an unofficial practice event for the Northeast iRacing League, the drivers still aren't going to give up. I can 100% say here at Lanier, they're going to be doing everything they can to transfer in as Hudson Sager leading us.
Green's out, green flag, green flag.
As Hudson fires Cody Sager not too far behind him. As we have a car around the number 9, I do believe that is Tyler Merkley into a little bit of trouble. He seems to gather back up as John West takes up the number P.
Yellow.
Position. Nicholas Scavia, in P number 4. Michael Peake and Shane Billings currently your top 6 as we are under yellow here. Hudson Sager still on row number 1. Not 100% sure what happened there. Maybe related to that incident with Tyler Merkley, but we'll figure out what happened to sort things out. Sorry. As we are currently working the caution flag here at Lanier Speedway in the Consie, top 6 transferring to the 18-car A main. As currently your transfer cars are, I believe that is 621 of Hudson, Sager, West, Lackey. Currently your top 4. Just waiting for drivers to tow and or repair their vehicles as the pace truck pulls off.
Green's out, green flag, green flag.
Number 67 of Robbie Shaw around earlier on this restart. Shane Billings drops back a little bit as well, but Hudson and Sager leading the way here as Cody Sager seems to jump around the outside of Hudson, holds on. I do believe we have Ryland Banks joining us now in the commentary section. Ryland, what do you think of these events so far? Have you just tuned in? A little bit of trouble as Zach Lynch is starting to drop back to the rear. He's making up positions, though. Zach seems to be very strong here at Lanier Speedway, of course, representing the Mini-Stock gang. Here as he gets around down turn number 1, and that will bring the yellow out. Sager, West, Lackey, Billings, Hudson, and Peake currently your top 6 transferring. Ryan Holland 7th, Ken Scott in P8. Merkley 9th, 10th is Solovsky. Zach Lynch, after that incident, drops down into P9, or P11, as we are cycling our way through for timing and scoring again. Working the caution flag with Robbie Shaw involved, and I do believe Zach Lynch was in that. Sager looking strong here, though. I'm not 100% sure if he runs in the mini stock or the Comp 4 division down at the Brighton Speedway, but he's always quite strong in his class, nonetheless. I've seen him make a couple starts at the Cornwall and Brockville Speedways, respectively. Always seems to do quite well for an invader there at those 2 tracks, but as he calls Brighton home. As the field's starting to double up here for the restart, we have Cody Sager and John West to his outside. Chad Lackey, Shane Billings. I want to say Hudson in the 621. I'm just, like I said, trying to figure out which cars are which now. And Michael Peak. As the flag
Green, green,
shows green. John West jumps out of line there, but working to sort things out is John West up and
Yellow,
over
yellow,
into the
yellow.
outside fence. Clayton Slavsky involved in that as well. Not 100% sure what happened with John West there, but he just did not go off that start. Hopefully that car will be okay and he can continue to participate in this contest here at Lanier Speedway as these drivers are trying to make that A-main, as we are now still on lap number 5. I'm not 100% sure where we are with the curfew for this race. I do believe we're at a 20-minute. Let me just go back into my notes just to see exactly what we are looking at for a time cap here, but I don't think we're going to quite make it to that point. But as David said, 27 entries here tonight. So quite possibly one of our biggest fields here so far to start the Northeast iRacing League, as we have a 30-minute cap for this 15-lap event. So still plenty of time to be able to get the race going as these drivers want to see laps turned so they can battle and get a fair idea of who's who and what's what here at Lanier Speedway. As pace trucks starting to pull away from the field, Sager and I do believe Chad Lackey bringing us down for this.
Green flag, green flag.
Sager seems to step out and jump up to that high line again, gets the jump on Chad Lackey. Hudson and Billings battling it out for P3 as Ryan Holland showing his face as well, making his way up from toward the back in this race. Quite happy to see Holland making his way up, and he's in a transfer position right now as those top 6. Tyler Merkley on the outside looking in, battling with Michael Peak, trying to see if he can transfer into this show. As I don't believe I see Clayton Slotski in the field anymore, so unfortunately Clayton with some issues
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
complete this event, as we are back under caution for an issue down in turn number 1. I'm not 100% sure what happened there, as we are now clicking off lap 8 of 15. Cody Sager, still your leader. Cody seems to be quite strong in this event so far, and I see if that'll transfer into the A-main, of course, if there's a transfer available there. But how about Ryan Holland making his way from the back to pretty much the front as he's following Chad Lackey around right now. Shane Billings up there working his tires through that cool dirt in the top of the turns, trying to get everything squared away there. Is behind Shane as we're riding along with Cody Sager. Our early leader, like I said, Cody's just been so strong here in this consolation event. I'd love to see it transfer into the features. Robbie Shaw working down the pit lane, getting a little bit of attention, that number 67 ride. As the field's starting to double up, pace truck still pacing the field around Lanier Speedway here, as Cody Sager glitches just a little bit there. I don't think that was too much of anything. Of course, Holland, Billings, Hudson, Peak, still your top 6. John West making his way back up into P7, the 72. Zach Lynch not giving up on
green
this.
flag, green flag.
Zach trying to get up into that top 6 as Cody Sager and Chad Lackey fire off into turn 1, switch roads and cross over. Chad Lackey tried to throw a slider there on Cody Sager, but Cody able to pull off the crossover. Cody looking to return the favor on Chad Lackey here as Ryan Holland sticks his nose in there as Hudson gets around.
Yellow flag is out.
Turn number 4, 3 wide for the lead, and caution is out. We'll let timing and scoring figure out who was where at the time of caution. Do believe Cody Sager is still going to be your leader with Chad Lackey and Ryan Holland behind. We'll let timing and scoring figure things out. David, you'd be able to answer this for me. Do we race back to the line when a yellow is called? Okay, so we're going to look into that and figure out who's, or what the situation is with that, if the field is frozen at the time of yellow when race control pushes that button, or if they race back to the line. We'll figure that out as soon as we can. It is iRacing default, so whatever that is, that's what we're going with tonight. Just to me, it looked like we were racing back to the line for a moment there. As the pace truck in the field doubling up. Light's still on the pace truck, so I'm not sure if we're going to get the one to go this time. As the lights are out on the pace truck, so we will come back to green this time around. As Zach Lynch listening in on this chat? No, that's Troy Etherington jumping in to listen in. As Cody Sager, Ryan Holland in P2, Chad Lackey, Shane Billings, Michael Peak, Hudson, all looking in to transfer into this consolation event. 5 laps to go as we're green flag. Cody Sager working that top line with Ryan Holland following him. Chad Lackey tried to work the bottom there on that initial start, of course, getting freight trained by that 20 and the 15. Shane Billings working to his outside now. Chad not giving anything up, though, in the battle for P2 as Holland is able to clear him coming down to the corner. Shane Billings, like I said earlier, sticking his nose in there, as I do believe we have a 4-car battle for the final transfer position as we're watching Derek DeMond, the 72, Zach Lynch, and Tyler Merkley battle it out for that. As there's action all over the field here. Ryan Holland and Cody Sager going at it for the lead, but where you really want to be watching is Derek DeMond right now. Derek,
yellow flag is out.
Looking in for that final transfer position. Zach Lynch looking to the inside there, trying to make it up, find a way by him as we're 2 laps to go here. Pace truck is back on the field. We are under caution. We'll wait for timing and scoring to cycle to see who the leader was, but I do believe Cody Sager was able to hold it off. Ryan Holland dropping in behind there in P number 2. Your current transfer cars are those 2, plus Chad Lackey, Shane Billings, Michael Peak, and Derek DeMond, currently in P number 6. So Zach Lynch, just the first car on the outside looking in here, running in P number 7. John West not far behind him from what I can see. As we're riding along again with our leader, Cody Sager. As we are working under the caution flag now, we will have a green-white checker finish. I do believe we get 3 attempts at a green-white checker, either until the time cap hits, or if we finish that well within the time cap, as the field bunches up a little bit behind Cody Sager at the moment. But we're getting everything squared away. Pace truck's pulling off, single file restart.
Green's out, green flag,
Cody
green
Sager
flag.
running him down in turn number 1 and 2 for this green-white checker event. Cody Sager working that top line, of course. Derek DeMond currently still scored in P number 6 with Zach Lynch on the outside looking in. Zach looking on the bottom, trying to figure out how to throw a slider on that number 72 as Chad Lackey around. We are white, though. Shane Billings and the number 20 of Cody Sager trying to figure out what's going on with the cameras here as Sager, Billings, collected. Zach Lynch making his way through. It's going to be hard to see who the battle is for the final transfer position here. Ryan Holland, Derek DeMond, Michael Peak, Cody Sager, unofficially P4, John West, and Zach Lynch making his way into the show for P number 6, from what I can see. But Ryan Holland victorious here in this consolation event. As we are now going to be moving into the 10-minute hot lap session, I do believe. I will be right back. And we are back as we're starting the 10-minute hot lap session before the feature race. A lot of the drivers get a feel for the track, wear in a little bit for a feature race. From what I do believe, I'm not sure what our official lineup is. We'll have to see that at the end of this session, but Zach Lynch unofficially just time and scored his way into the final transfer position for the D-Main. So Zach doing good. So far. So I'm going to ask any drivers who want to chime in. If they want to chime in here to the commentary chat, feel free. We'll be able to have a chat about whatever is going through your ahead about the event here at Lanier Speedway. So, like I said, feel free to join the chat as Ryland Banks has joined. I'm not sure if he's going to join in as well, but if you're there,
I've just been watching the race. That was quite the last 5 laps there.
Yeah, that was quite the last 5 laps for sure. It was kind of good to see those drivers duke it out. There was action all over the track.
I'm not sure what happened in 3 and 4 on the last corner, but that was quite the pile up there. Too bad. Shane Billings missed out, I think. Him and who was it, Cody Sager missed out at the end there. They both got in that accident.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to keep track of what happened there. Of course, just so much happening at once. But Brian Holland coming away with the win as he's currently time number P3 here in this hot lap session with Tyler Bushy and Eric Sabarin. Positions 1 and 2 respectively, with Josh Black currently running P4. Matt Barber all the strong in P number 5, Trevor McCurls, they're using the weight education company. And Pete for the 18-car hot lap session here. Notable drivers not making the name Eric Dean or Cody Sager made it in. So really good to see he made it. Guess my timing scoring wasn't right. We ended up P4 there. Even with the right front wheel missing, really.
He still made it with that wheel missing? Holy, I didn't see that.
Yep, unofficially scored P number 4. We're going to have to wait and see exactly how that was, but that definitely did get rough at the end there. A couple drivers unfortunately not happy with how that went. But that unfortunately is just how it fell. I mean, that's hard racing for a consolation event. You couldn't really do too much at that end. Of course, just the aggression always gets amped up in those consolation races. I know as a driver in the mini stock class, and I don't know if Ryland has been part of one Consie yet, but when you're in them, the heat is on. You want to be in that transfer position. You'll do anything to stay there.
No, I haven't been a part of one of those yet. We almost had him there at the Eastern Ontario Mini Star Showdown night. They were debating about putting us into a B main.
Yes, I remember that. Then they decided to start all 29 of us, which was really not so much questionable, but a couple guys wondering because they did come over the one-way radio saying during the heat race, or they said before the race, no Consie, everybody makes it. And they came over the one-way and said, top 4 to the main. I, of course, finished 4th in my heat. I will admit I got a little bit rough there.
Well, it's a good thing that we all made it because
and they came out and said, yeah, they said everybody made it at the end. So that kind of made a lot of guys wonder. And I'm sure, Ryland, with you being on the outside looking in for that moment, you weren't feeling too good.
Oh, I was pretty happy, that's for sure, when I heard I still made it in.
As we're winding down these final few laps here of this practice session, Brody Plotz, look for him to be strong here tonight, as well as Matt Barber and John West. John really becoming a better driver as things go on.
Brody's really been improving the last few races.
Pardon me, sorry?
I said Brody's been really improving the last few races.
Yes, he has. I really like watching him refine his art of running that cushion. It's quite entertaining to watch all the time with number 96 and Brody Plotz, and seeing what he can do and what he can as we're riding along here down in turn number 1. As, like I said, he's just found a way to work that cushion here at Lanier Speedway like nobody else has. He's been able to keep up with the heavy hitters like the likes of Matt Barber, Tyler Bushy, Chad Lackey. He's been able to stay with them the whole time, of course, transferring in through his heat race, I do believe, team number 4. Things definitely were fun. we're watching Wade Purchase circulate around the speedway here at Lanier. This track, I'm sure, would play right into Wade's hands. Of course, progressively banked track from what I can see, and plays under his favors as he runs the Brighton Speedway on a regular basis. Brighton, of course, turns 1 and 2 are completely different from turns 3 and 4. I have driven there just once, but I can say it's always an experience. Actually came away as a substitute crew chief for Jared Galway up there. For their season opener in the mini stock division, coming away with the win. Of course, not able to bring my car down there and participate at that time, so Jared gave me a call, said, hey Chiz, want to go racing? Of course, I was going to go racing and help him out. I won a championship with Galway, who is unfortunately not able to join us tonight, but hope to have him back in the commentary area. He's always fun to have join us. As the drivers continue to circulate around Lanier Speedway in this 10-minute practice session before the race. So. As I'm sure most drivers are just figuring out if they can learn anything, as the session has now come to a close. Tyler Bushy, Merrick Sabarant, Ryan Holland, Josh Black, Matt Barber, your top 5. Quentin Stohart, McCrillis, Anderson, and Purchase, as well as Brody Plotz running at your top 10. Ethan Humphrey, 11th. That would be your rundown, as we're starting to grid up for the